welcome back to another video. So this week I'm at a conference in Germany, and as part of that I gave two talks this week. One of them was a technical talk about my research, and another one was more of a kind of popular science talk. So I saw this opportunity to sign up for something called a science slam, which is basically just a 10-minute talk where you talk about your research in a fun and entertaining way that should be accessible to most people. So I spent several weeks beforehand trying to figure out a way to present my research in a kind of interesting and also kind of funny way that would also really convey the message of my research and also something that was quite true to me. This was the biggest audience I've ever done a presentation for. It was nearly 1,000 people. So I thought I'd put it on YouTube for everyone to see. Hopefully you enjoy it. But I want to take you on a journey tonight to my hometown in Scotland. Now, in my town, there is this ancient Scottish palace. And every summer in this palace, people gather to perform a traditional Scottish dance to traditional Scottish music. And this is called a ceilidh dance. And this is me when I was younger, getting ready to dance there, all kitted out in my Scottish family tartan like I am tonight. And if you've never seen a Scottish ceilidh dance, this is a little bit what it looks like. People are dancing in formations, there's loud music, people are going in all directions, spinning around a bit. It's a bit chaotic and confusing for me as a little child. But anyway, these dances actually originate from ancient times, from ancient clans in Scotland. And tonight I want to show you the dances of two specific clans. Let me introduce you to the clans. We have the Blue Clan and the Red Clan, and they love to dance to music. Now normally they just dance within their own clan, but sometimes they come together and dance with very specific rules. So let's just look at one clan member. This is a Red Clan member, and when they dance, they face in a certain direction, and they dance in that direction. But we also know that the Scottish love their whiskey. So when they dance, there is a little bit of randomness to their motion, a little twirl here, a stumble here. Okay, so that's the clan members in isolation, but what happens when they come together? So let's look at the situation where two clan members of opposite clans meet. So they dance in the direction that they're facing until they get within their dance alignment distance of each other. And now the Scottish clans are so friendly, they actually want to learn each other's dances. So they want to align their direction so they can do this. And we call this inter-clan alignment. Now when two clan members of the same clan meet, again, they face in their certain direction and they move in that direction until they get within their dance alignment distance. And they'd now rather explore the dances with the other clans, so they anti-align their movement, and we call this intra-clan anti-alignment. Okay, so we've learned the rules of the dance. Let's look at a little example. Let's just forget about their dance movement for a second and take them as a static snapshot. So I've got two dancers here of opposite clans, and they're within their dance alignment distance of each other. They're of the opposite clans, so they're going to align. And they're already dancing in the same direction, so they're very happy. All good, but what happens when a third clan member comes along? And this one belongs to the Red Clan, so they want to align their dance direction with the blue one, but anti-align with the other red one. Okay, so first they try dancing to the right, and this makes the Blue Clan member very happy because they wanted to align their dance movements, but the Red Clan member becomes unhappy because they wanted to be anti-aligned. Okay, that didn't quite work, so they try dancing the other direction. Okay, now the Red Clan member is happy because they're anti-aligned, but the Blue Clan member is unhappy because they wanted to be aligned. Basically, everyone's a bit unhappy, and you could call them frustrated, because they can't satisfy all their dance interactions at the same time. But obviously, on a real dance floor, they can keep moving, and this actually allows them to resolve some of their frustration by creating a bit of distance between the two red dancers, and so they can all be aligned in the same direction now. Okay, that was an example with 3 dancers. But what happens when we start gathering more of these dancers on the same dance floor? What's going to happen? Okay, I want a bit of audience interaction here. Who thinks it's going to be very frustrated? Some people. Who thinks they're going to perform a Kaylee dance? Okay, well, scientists, the easiest way to find out what happens is to observe. So, here I've gathered thousands of clan dancers on the same dance floor, and for reference, I've got their dance alignment radius R in the corner. Just a warning, it's going to be a little bit chaotic, so cue the music. Okay, first, it looks pretty disordered. It's a bit frustrated, but as we wait, they start dancing in the same direction, and not only that, they align in these stripe formations. They've created a self-organized dance pattern. Okay, let's try and understand this dance pattern. So, I've taken a snapshot from the end of this movie, and I've got a reminder of our dance alignment rules here. So let's go through them. We had this inter-clan alignment, and clearly this is being satisfied because we've got the blue and the red clan members all dancing in the same direction. But we had this intra-clan anti-alignment, which means that we should have that the blue clan dancers are facing away from the other blue clan dancers, and the reds are facing away from the reds. But this is not what's happening, and in fact, they actually gather in these stripe formations within their same clan, which is seeming a bit contradictory. So let's see if we can understand why this ends up being a stable pattern by taking an example. This is the dance alignment radius for this blue clan member in the center of the circle. Now, let's say this blue clan dancer has enjoyed their evening a little bit too much and had a little bit too much whiskey to drink, and so their dance direction starts tilting down. Well, we can see within this circle their dance interaction radius. We can see that they're actually interacting with a lot more red dancers than blue dancers. And remember, red is the opposite clan, so they want to align with them and anti-align with the blue ones. So this means that the restoring alignment force is actually much greater than the anti-alignment force, and everyone's happy. It goes back towards the direction of the rest of the red dancers. So that's kind of how we can see it's a little bit stable. But not only this, is I've actually gone and measured hundreds of these clans on different sized dance floors with different strengths of whiskey, and I found consistently that they have this stripe separation from the stripe of one red to the next red, or blue to blue, of about 1.23 times the radius of dance interaction. And this number, 1.23, ends up being kind of like a magic number sacred for these clans, as it keeps everything nicely in balance and allows them to resolve their frustration through this dance pattern. Okay, that was 2 clans. But I lied to you, there are actually hundreds of clans all over Scotland. What if more of them now join the dance floor? Well, let's just take this one example of a 7-clan dance cycle. In this dance cycle, the red clan members want to align with the turquoise, with purple, and so on until it comes back to the red. But we also still have that they want to anti-align within members of their same clan, this intra-clan anti-alignment. What's going to happen now? Is it going to be a big frustrated mess? No, the answer is disco rainbow stripes. And they gather in the stripes of their same clan. And in this certain order to create rainbow stripes from red to yellow to green to turquoise and so on. In other words, it's an even bigger party. Okay, what's the moral of this story then? Well, surprisingly, conflicting interactions and frustration can actually create new types of dances and patterns. Now, tonight I've just looked at one kind of dance pattern for the 2 clan dances, but it turns out by changing the dance rules slightly, you can actually form entirely different dance patterns. Now, patterns in collective behaviour are not unique to Scottish clans. They're all around us in nature, from bird flocks to schools of fish to bacterial colonies. And in my area of research, the one-species systems have been studied for a long time, where everyone behaves the same. But the multiple species systems have been less well understood and studied. For example, if you have 2 species of fish gathered together, or multiple bacterial colonies competing with each other yet coexisting. So I hope today that by taking on a journey to my hometown in Scotland, you've seen how simple systems like these Scottish clans dancing could be a stepping stone towards understanding the patterns that are all around us in life. Thank you.